Hey everyone, Johnny Struggles here. We got the Last Starship Update 19F. No longer alpha. The game is now in beta.
The celebration!
As of the last update, alpha/update 18, they're in beta and they're going to do more frequent updates. The last update video Mark and Chris did was for alpha 17, and since they're doing more frequent updates, they probably don't have time to do a video, and I haven't done one of these in quite a while, so I figured I'd do a quick video, go over some stuff for the party people out there who may not be aware of these things. But there's been a lot of updates. They did mention in, I believe, the Alpha 17 video that they're going to beta and that they're going to try to go to the V1 release early in 2026. We'll see if they make that. It's quite likely. It's very possible. A lot of updates coming out in these updates. And they're getting a lot of things tied together. It's getting, you can see it getting towards the end. There's some stuff that are still lingering, some stuff that'll be interesting to see what they do to wrap them up, or what, that's been out there for a while. But a lot of stuff is they're wrapping up. So back in Alpha 17, they finally made an end to the game, the survival game, which I was ecstatic about because that was like the original premise of the game, and it didn't have an ending forever till this year, till Alpha 17. And with Alpha 19, they have an end to the Stargate now. They have all the phases to complete. Everything's there to where you can actually complete all the phases and jump through the Stargate. So that is awesome. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about Alpha 18, some of the new things there that are worth mentioning. I'm going to talk a lot a bit about Alpha 19, Update 18, and Update 19. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get stuck saying Alpha all through this video because I'm so used to saying Alpha. We are in beta, people, no longer alphas. These are updates. Bear with me. There's some great new features in Alpha 19, some quality of life stuff, some things to lessen your manual workload, and there's a couple things that have been added that I really like, and there's one thing that I really like. And we will get that into later. I'm going to go into that quite a bit in this video, and I'm excited to talk about it and show it.
Phrasing?
So one of the big things that came up in Alpha 18 was auto docking. So one of the new features is auto docking. So when you selected a ship, whenever you get close to another ship, it would just automatically dock to it. I slowly push this guy over here. Very slowly. So the magic of video editing. This might be faster, or it'll be real time. I apologize. One cool thing now is when you're thrusting, this is an Alpha 19, they have a directional arrow showing you which direction your ship is going. So I'm hitting the keyboard keys, you can see the arrow changing. I'm just screwing around now, seeing if the arrow changes in distance depending on speed, or I guess not. Just a set distance. Alright. So in Alpha 18, they added the auto-docking thing, so when you get close, you'll see a little line show up, and it'll go, there it goes, and tries to connect. Now it was always on, you couldn't do anything about it, which a lot of people asked, like, there should be an option to turn it on off. And now we have it in Alpha 19, docking assistant on. There's these two other options, which we will talk about a little bit later. We'll definitely talk about these, these are cool. But now you can turn that off and on. So this goes on tactical screen. And that's where that is at. The other thing worth mentioning in Alpha 18 is the drone bays. So what they said is the drone bays here. This ship is cluttered. The drone bays now have an internal storage of 9 squares, because these things get clogged up pretty easily. The drone comes, and if you don't have arms or some space, they just get traffic jammed pretty easily. I like to have a few drone bays just because of that. The drone bays have 9 squares of internal storage now, so they can hold 9 items internally. So the drones typically don't have to wait, they just drop it in there and go, which is nice. If the delivery zones become blocked up with cargo, so if your zone is specified and there's no room for it anymore, they will just dump the cargo into nearby squares around the docking port, whether it's zoned or not, whether it has storage space specified for it or not. They'll just dump it on the floor. So if drone bays are still getting blocked up and are slow to unload, the crew will just quickly unload them onto the floor in any nearby empty square. So that should help immensely with speeding things up, and I've had that be a thing. It kind of looks like it here. which might have been. I'm not certain, but they just dump it on the floor. It's pretty neat. They just get rid of it. So that is one of the nice changes from Alpha 18, or Update 18, whatever you want to call it at this point. Some other things worth mentioning are the generator and energy cells have finally been removed from the game. They've kind of been like half gone, half there. I mean, if you ever destroyed a ship in the game stories, you always find energy cells that you can't do anything with. If you didn't know, they still have the placeholder green rectangle art from the very beginning of pre-alpha. But there was an item in the game called the generator, and the energy cell was used in a generator, and it would provide power like a little battery, and it would get consumed pretty quickly. Another thing that has made a comeback, I shouldn't say made a comeback, that is back, is you can do graded floors now. So it's not obvious when you're just doing this and not paying attention, but the tooltip actually says if you press R, you can change the flooring style. And I don't have a shipyard here to commit it, but this could change it to the graded floor. Let's do that. Alright, so we'll go to edit and go to the floors. So I pressed R to do the different flooring type. I confirm, and now I have a graded floor. And you can see the plumbing and pipes underneath it. Plumbing and pipes. Actually, they're the same thing. The wiring and the plumbing underneath the floor, which is neat. This is something that existed in the original editor. Long, from the very beginning, long time ago, you could just, there's two types of flooring you could use. And when they gave us the newer editor, this view and everything, it was something that wasn't available anymore. And now it's back. So you can add a little more distinction to the ship. If you weren't aware, in Alpha 17, they actually added some more painting options here for the floors. So you can paint the floor different colors now, if you so wanted to. If you weren't aware of that. And also the outside of your ship and such. But anyway, other things worth noting in Alpha 18 is if you were on another pointing your camera to another ship like this one, and it FTLs out, it used to be your camera would follow the ship off, way off the side of the map, and then disconnect. Now they'll just detach right away and you'll see the ship jump like that one did. Minor change, nice quality of life thing. And that's the main things I want to mention for Alpha 18. So going on to Alpha 19. There's some cool things for Alpha 19. As mentioned in the tactical screen, you can now turn docking assistance off and on. But now you have fleet formation and fleet combat AI. Now fleet formation, if you turn it on, your ships will thrust towards each other, towards the ship you have highlighted. So everyone's doing the thrusters, you can see the arrow, this guy's shifting that way. He's coming up towards me. Because I have this guy selected. If I select, say, the survivalist down here, everyone else is going to come towards me down here. To whatever ship you have selected. Since he was moving a little bit, full throttle. So it's neat. They'll form formation around whatever ship you have selected. If I fly forward, I go this way, they're going to try to follow my direction, my lead. This is so much nicer. I can't wait to do some combat action with this. Or just general flying. Combat's always been a pain, selecting all the individual ships. So this will be nice. And here you have combat AI on. What they say is the ships will try to do whatever they can to do the combat automatically. For those who have watched our combat tournaments, know there's some limitations with the AI in this way. The AI is not the smartest thing when it fights itself. You get in some situations. Chris, the lead, has even mentioned this in Discord today, that he's noticed the same behavior, and when the ships get stuck in a loop, in a circle, trying to engage each other and can't quite hit each other, he agrees they should try to disengage and come at a different angle. So it'd be cool to see if that gets updated in the near future, especially with this new combat AI on. So one thing worth noting is if you have, let's stop the ship, if you have fleet formation turned on and docking assist on, and say you are on this ship here and you want to dock to this guy down here, now they're all coming towards me because there's fleet formation on. If I try shifting down to this guy, they're all going to start running away from me. Like I can't dock to him now because they're trying to fly away. So you got to turn that off, and then they'll just kind of park. So I can actually get to dock to them now. And you don't have to have docking assistance on, you have it turned off. and try to do it manually. Oh, probably turn off the engines would probably help. Do it manually and then you turn it on. It'll lock you in. If you want to avoid this when it's on, you just gotta... No. If you want to avoid this when it's on, all you have to do is thrust away. See the lines connect, and you just thrust away to move it, to disengage it. I've had a couple issues with this when trying to get people in the jump gate. Sometimes docking ports start to align and ship shifts off alignment because of it. It's a bit weird. But other than that, not a real problem, other than ships docking when I didn't want them to dock. Like the fleet formation. So right here it says in the tooltip, when enabled, your other fleet ships will take care of themselves during combat. Move to optimal range and engage as best they can. What I want to see here, I haven't tested it yet, is how the ships do that don't have weapons. Let's just find out. Let's see for ourselves. I'm very curious. Okay, we will turn battle stations on. Let's select a ship that's not going to attack. The Acadia here. Tactical, and we'll go fleet AI combat on. And unpause it. So we're still in control of this ship. If I right click on that, will it do anything? Nope. So the other ones are doing the AI combat. Uh-oh. Did my game just crash? Uh-oh. My game just crashed. Oopsies. Haven't had that in a long time. Well, let's check it out again. Let's see. Reloading the save. This is a save from an older alpha. Not Alpha 17. Let's try it again. And there we go. Video's back. Right here at the start. Okay. Okay, so we're here. Tactical screen. We have some baddies up here. We're going to turn AI combat on. I'm curious about this. Is a combat ship. If I unpause it. Battle stations. So as you can see, the arrows are going to fight, I hope. Why are they coming towards me? There we go. I don't know if they're trying to do fleet formation. Turning the fleet formation on and back off again, I think triggered it to go. I'm docked. Let's undock. Oh, I think it is. This ship here is now doing it automatically as well. I'm not controlling anything. Do like that. Is it? Oh, he just started driving forward is what it was. If I check to the Arcadia, will it stop driving? The other one start going automatically? Looks like he's under the box here, yeah. And then if I go to the Wild Goose, tell me to go this way, yeah, the Arcadia starts to gauge. So whatever ship you have control of, you manually control, and the rest of the ships in the fleet start doing whatever. So if I select one of their ships, okay. So if I select one of their ships, all of mine are all now AI controlled. What's nice for that is, I mean, it's hard to control a bunch of ships manually. But it'd be really nice for people that are new to the game if you have more than one ship where the ships just engage, or just select a different item on here and then all your ships will fight automatically. And you sit back and watch. Or in this case, maybe I should be selecting one of my civilian ships and tell them, don't do anything. Park. Don't engage, don't get shot at. That's a bad idea. So this is pretty neat. I like this. I can just watch them fight now. Been waiting for this for a long time. Been a highly requested thing for a long time. It was neat to see them, what they did for it, just let the AI do it. What I was hoping for was something where you select a bunch of ships, tell them to go someplace, but this is even better. Fleet formation, just form on me. Combat, just go do your thing. So the AI just handles it the best it feels it should do. Which might end up being not the smartest thing sometimes because it is AI, but the AI is going to handle the stuff a lot quicker than you. You don't have to pause the game constantly. Are we going to blow up this thing? If you see anything bad happening, just take control of the ship and tell them to fly away. Just turn the fleet AI combat off and to recontrol it. Either way, a very cool thing. So now I don't have to control these ships. Let them do the hard work. I'll have a beverage and watch the show. I'm going to take out the Callisto here. Looks like it, 74% damage. And we got him. So now that the hostiles are eliminated, are all the ships going to park? Yep, looks like everyone's parking. So we turn that off and turn that on, and everyone should float back to here. If I select this guy, they'll all float back to me. So pretty cool stuff. All drone salvaging. So that's a really nice, these very nice new settings in Alpha 19. Very nice. So one thing that's changed in the game is life support. So before in Alpha 18, before update 19, in previous updates or alphas, your resources here would say consumed per hour. Now it says per day. So this one says consuming 32,000 water per day. And what would happen is, I think after like 10 minutes, it was on a 10-minute timer, every 10 minutes the ship would consume resources. They split this up into 10 parts now. So I don't know if that means every minute. Since it used to be 10 minutes. I could be wrong on the 10 minutes. I remember the old editor years ago. It's been years already. You could see the timer on the old editor. It was like more of a development console. And it was 10 minutes. So now it's 10 times. So they just split it up over 10 times instead of a huge chunk being dropped at once. So instead of you'd have a 32,000 hit against your water supply, it's a little bit over time. So that's a bit easier to manage and handle instead of these big hits. So 4,887 per day. I need some more food. So these numbers should shift a lot more often as they get consumed. The only drawback to that is tanked items. So in this ship, I have water in a tank. I need some bottles of water. I want to transfer a bottle of water to another ship. So, you know, go to my logistics and I say, survivalist, I want a bottle of water transferred to some other ship, but I don't have any bottles of water. Okay, so let's see. I have water in the tank, and I have these guys here. Let's stop sleeping. Unload water. Unload water. They fainted because they are 0.1 hunger, which is nothing. Come on, you pansies! I like that they have names now. Ensign Slater, Harper, Connolly, get off your ass! Good timing there, Carter. Alright, so once this bottle's full, speed it up. Okay, put it in storage somewhere, I think. Maybe, probably not. This is the problem already. Is the consumption of the resources happens bottles first, then tanks, it looks like. I don't know if it's going down to the tanks at the same time. Because I'm filling with these bottles. And even scientists are taking a nap. This is just for this 0.1 hunger, huh? Okay, anyway. If I want to transfer that, I don't even have it available till there's a bottle on the ship. So once it gets full. Okay, the bottle's there. Oh, and it is drained. Just drained. It just consumed the resource. So I can't get the damn thing ordered. There's not enough time, because before it'd be like 10 minutes. You had plenty of time to get a bottle supplied, unload it, and then transfer it. Now I can't get it unloaded. The bottle doesn't fill fast enough for me to unload it and then have an order to get it shipped to another ship. And even if I do, it might drink the bottle before it gets put to the docking bay. Okay, stop. Let's see. Logistics. It's not there. It should be right around here. I think it doesn't show up till they unload it from the loader. And it's drink. And it's gone. That's South Park clip. And it's gone.
And it's gone.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
So that's the only problem I've noticed. It is nicer, but there is going to be some limitations. I don't know how you get around that. Maybe change it to have the crew drink out of the tanks first, or I don't know. And then they're gone. They're cracking me up. I have to unload some people off the ship to get this bottle done. Or make more unloaders to unload more water at once. Anyway. One other thing worth mentioning is deuterium. They now have alerts for low deuterium. They do have it for fuel, and such, but they never really had it for deuterium, and now they do. So be low alert. Cool. One minor thing to mention is research. There's some more items in research now. They have waste processing, so now you can build these components, which obviously you couldn't do before because it didn't exist. Atmospheric processing, so you have air duct and CO2 scrubbers, and then atmospheric processing 2 for the air reprocessor and the oxygen make it happener. So now you can build your own habitation stuff. One problem I found is some of the stuff is very limited, trying to find it, going from place to place in survival. And I was having more passengers than I had material to support them with. I was getting larger volumes of people, and they were, sometimes suffocating a little bit. Just a little bit. Sometimes they could not hold their breath long enough and turn into bad situations. That's also partly on my fault for overloading the ship. I'm trying to save some people, man. Anyway, it's cool. I would like to see where this is expanded out to build everything in the game. That would be cool. Let's jump game modes to show some other settings here. On the new game modes, there's defensive enemies. Honestly, I don't know how long this has been here. It's probably been here for a minute. Maybe not. Maybe this is new. I don't know. Someone can tell me if this is new or not. But it is what it is. Defensive enemies. I think this has been here for a minute. Hostile ships will only target you once you have targeted them, so you want to play a more peaceful campaign. You're not going to get shot at right away. Survival has it as well. Free roam has the option for the multi-system simulation, which is the default in Boldly Go. Survival doesn't have the option, and you're not supposed to be able to use it, but apparently there's some bug. My current survival campaign, it's enabled. And if you're not sure what that means, basically all the star systems in the sector are live or active at the same time. So you can have ships jump and be active doing different things in different systems at the same time. In survival, by default, all your ships are supposed to stay together. So if you jump to one system, all your ships have to go together. But again, I don't know if the bug devs told me in Discord that I'm not supposed to be able to do that, but some people have reported that their game allows them to do it, and some have reported that they cannot in survival. And in a previous alpha, I've not seen any commentary about it changing, so I'm not certain. So you maybe see it or you may not. I kind of like it, but I reported a bug with it because if you have two ships jumping at the same time in survival, the anomaly travels twice as fast, so it doesn't give you warnings about that. But anyway, this is a nice thing to have enabled. Under free roam, there's no anomaly, so it's not an issue. But anyway, let me load up another game. Show some more features here. So one of the new things that is really, really awesome is some interstellar logistics. So this, I think, is the best feature that's been added. There's a lot of cool stuff on here, but I think this is by far going to be one of the better things that's been added to the game. And I think it should be expanded on a little bit. So you have logistics where you can, move things between ships. You can say, I want this many here, and it'll eventually get there. What they've done here with the interstellar logistics is you can automate some of the actions. So I have this gas collector here, and I want to have it jump to a place, collect some gas, and then come back. So that's where you go to interstellar logistics. So I have gas collector selected. I'm going to delete this stuff. We'll just recreate it. I say I want to collect gas. So you can mine, gas, buy, sell, transfer to, transfer from. I want to collect gas. Location, look at that, you get the map. I want to collect it. Let's collect it, the shipyard should have it. So system NG2, you want Metreon gas. The amount. So this is cool, until storage is full. I need to fully test that out if you have a storage area put on the floor. Since it's going to containers, you can just say, I want, for testing, let's do one container. Okay, so we'll go there, do one container, and then say, well, what do I want to do next? I want to transfer it to a ship. Let's transfer it to the SS Struggles. And we want to transfer Metreon gas amount, all but 0. So everything. You also do quantity to set the amount you want. And of course you have the shortcut keys with the shift and control to bump it up quicker. We'll just say 1. And this loop is to loop. So it's on when it's yellow, yellow and black, fade, and that's off. So if it does this, executes line 1, executes line 2, and then repeat. So it'll constantly go in a loop. Go get gas, bring it back, unload it to the ship. Gas, come back, unload it to the ship. One thing worth mentioning is this is going to do the transfer via drone bay. So our gas collector would have to have a drone bay installed, which I don't know if I put one on here or not yet. Nope. We'll also need an FTL drive. We'll get into that. So let's go ahead and buy a drone bay. And some dronies. And we'll see what that looks like. So here it is. These are red. You can check them on to turn them on. You can also go to order since I have the ship selected and enable the order here. Either one will enable the option. So right now with no FTL drive, let's see what happens when we turn it on. And then say unpause the game. Oh, we get an alert. Gas collector does not have a working FTL drive. Well, that's a bummer. But it does warn you that it does not have one. We have one installed on, or we have one available, so let's go ahead and install our FTL drive. This is temporary. I still want to make it look nice. Put them right there. We don't have any FTL charges though. Is that going to be a problem? Oh, we have one. So we still have this warning. It's going to come off there. Traveling. Okay, let me pause it. It says traveling to the system. Oh, well, hang on. It would if I had the power enabled. So one thing right now I will tell you. Let's go ahead and turn the power on. And get our engines online so we can align. But we have one FTL charge available. So the thing is, what if I don't want to jump if I only have one FTL charge in the ship? Because he will jump and he'll strand himself there. So I don't want to do that. So let's stop him. It doesn't give you an alert for that. It should probably give you an alert if it can't. If it only has one FTL charge available. Well, I guess right here on the screen, FTL charge is 1. So maybe pay attention to that. Let's trade for a few more. So we turned off the order. And he's just... Well, Thruster, what are you doing, Thruster? Stop thrusting. Okay, he's still aligned to where he needed to go for the jump. Alright, so when we get these charges, we will turn the automation back on and we'll see what happens. We'll watch. Okay, so now we have 6 charges, no alerts. Let's just go here and turn it on. Boom, we were already aligned, so he's like, yeah, we're out of here. FTL was already charged. Okay, we're here. I don't know where he's going. He's going right there, apparently. But our gas is collecting. Our loader was already set to unload battery on gas. So once we have a canister, it should jump out of here. So did he jump into the cloud area? I guess he did. So hopefully the logic told him, yeah, go there and collect gas. At 12.1 per second. Let's fast forward this. So let's see. We go 9999. Okay. Oh, slow down. Slow down, Johnny. Okay. So he got this one canister, orders complete, and then he jumped out. Now it says gas collector, Interstellar Logistics, our orders are stuck. And then you highlight it, says does not have a working drone bay. Perfect. I know exactly what's wrong. I need a drone bay. Luckily, I have one handy. Let's go and slap that puppy in there. And let's watch what happens. Let's speed up a little bit and let's go normal speed. Let's speed up a little bit and the power bar and okay, it's on. Now, automatically, continuing its Interstellar Logistics because it's on, so it's going to transfer that puppy to our other ship. Boom, drone has been deployed with the goodies. Taking you right over here. Now pausing it real quick. So that's great. And it's already starting to go back to step 1. So it did step 1, step 2, and it's resetting back to step 1. Now, one thing that might be an issue is you're going to run out of FTL charges. That could be an issue. I have 3 here, but I don't want this guy running out of FTL and I want to babysit him. So let's put an order for that too. So after he does that, sends a mixture and gas, brings it back. I want to add another step. I want to say transfer from. I want to say from this guy, select item. I want FTL charges, but they're not on the list. So this is only going to show you a list of available items on that ship, not the whole inventory. Okay, so let's turn our Interstellar Logistics off. I don't want them to jump away. Let's struggles. Let's trade for a bunch of FTL charges so I can example this. Maybe not that many. Oops. Let's hurry up and get our charges. Alright. So now back to Mr. Gas Collector here. Go to our logistics. And now we have FTL charges showing up. So we say transfer from the SS struggles, FTL charges. How many do I want? You can do all but 0, or you can do all but any amount they have, which is kind of weird in this situation. You can say quantity, so I can say I want 2. That gives me enough to jump away and come back, which is a good idea. But what's missing here is another option. I want to have a certain amount on my ship. I want to transfer from that ship to give me up to this amount. Say I want 10 at all times on the ship. I say I want to transfer from the struggles, this item, up to 10. So if they have 3 available and I need more than that, just give me the 3. But instead I just want a set amount total, not a quantity to transfer, or everything but 2 to leave them everything but 2. I just want to have a total amount on the ship of 10, for example. So that would be something I would like to see as an enhancement to this. So anyway, with these 3 items going, I can turn this on. Actually, let me go back there. I forgot you can just arrow this up to change the orders around too. So collect gas, transfer the gas to the struggles, transfer from the struggles to FTL charges. So let's resume this. So we jumped because we're back to step 1, because it's added that new step. Put on 5, so we're going to get our canister. Blah, 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 blah. Almost there. Okay, we got a canister returning, and we're going to jump out. Alright. Shows highlighted, we're on step 2. He's going to go trade it and get 2 charges on the charges back. Okay, step 3, getting FTL charges. So here we go. Mr. Drone Guy. He's returned. Here's our FTL charge number 1 and number 2. Nice, and now he's continuing on. So let's see what happens. I'll let him go collect gas. Let's go to the struggles here. And that guy is going to go get gas. And we'll just stay here while he jumps away. Boom, he's gone. No line? No jump line? Oops, weird thing zoomed in. Okay, so here let's do this. Let's trade and sell all our FTL charges. Because why not? Let's see what happens when the gas collector comes back and there's no charges to collect. Okay, boop, 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 boop. Okay, we're fresh out of charges. Gas collector, where are you at? Okay, good. He's coming back. Let's pause it. I want to see him show up here. There he goes. He's traveling. This is pretty slick. I love this stuff. So he's coming to give us our 1 canister of Metreon gas, which our ship has no use for, but this is just an example. You can see where the stuff would go with factory usage and stuff, especially in the Bold to Go game. So we got that, and there's going to go to the next step, and there's no FTL charges to collect. And he jumps away anyway. So I don't know if we should there should be another option to, like, if this can't complete, to fail it. To stop there. But there's an idea. Maybe an option to hold if can't complete. Either way, this automation here is awesome. I like the start of this. It could be expanded. It could just be tweaked a couple things. Oh, cool. It's got the collection thing here to tell you what it's doing. That's awesome. So it's the status of where it's at without you having to go check on it. But this can be improved, tweaked a little, couple little options. I bet other people watching or people playing will even have other ideas to suggest. This is just one example with collecting gas. It would be nice, say go collect gas, because you could be producing fuel and just have fuel come back and transfer instead of metering on gas. But all right, and so since our ship didn't get any FTL charges, now it's stranded out there. It automatically stranded itself. Good job, Mr. Gas Collector. So that'd be another reason why, if something like this fails, you can have the option to maybe a little extra box, don't continue if can't complete, something like that. Hold, or, maybe just have an alert. Can't complete the step for transfers. Maybe not selling, so if you did like sell this location item, metro and gas amount all. I mean, if it can't do it because it doesn't have any, fine. But either way, this is pretty slick. Mine, let's say here. I want some Tilium till storage is full stacks. I mean, this is pretty slick. I love it. And then you add a bunch of orders in here for that. As far as I know, this is only available in Boldly Go. It's not available in Survival yet. I don't know if they're going to add it there. I hope they do. It would make some things a lot easier, especially if you have ships like auto-transferring fuel to each other. Like if I had fuel canisters, can I do that? Transfer from... or transfer to... That's the thing, the transfer from to are slightly different. I don't have any fuel cans. Let's just say water. Amount, quantity, and I can say, 2, 5. The bad thing is, that's why you need like a limit on this. Like I want, if they're lower than a certain amount, then transfer them some. That's what we need. And that would be nice, because then you can have a fuel ship producing fuel, and then whenever you have orders like delivered to this other ship, if that ship is whatever low, then go get it. Add order type. Transfer from, let's say gas collector, select item. Metro and gas amount, all but. That's what I think, a limit. I want the option to have, if I have less than X amount on my ship, top me up to that much as possible. Give me as much of that as possible to get me to my limit. That's what's missing here, I think. In my own humble opinion. But like I said, this is like the biggest update, in my opinion, biggest improvement to this game right here. I am all about the the fleet orders, fleet formation, and the fleet combat AI. I love this, but I think the Interstellar Logistics is going to be a bigger impact overall. And automating some of your stuff. Ships go do their mining and then come back and have the stuff transferred over. You can have them probably smelt it out and then transfer the smelted items. But it'd probably be easier just to have a mining ship go out, mine the raw material, bring it back to have smelted. Because you can automate that a lot easier. But pretty cool. You have to go mine stuff out and then go sell it automatically. Have it mined for a certain period of time and have it smelted like precious ore and then go sell it. And then go back and mine some more. And just like free money. Your automated money. It is pretty slick. Okay. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention is they have a new mode. So, normally, you want to try to install something, you don't have the option to install it, so you can't do anything, but if you go to Editor and go to Equipment, you can now, like, ghost image things onto the ship, and they will go buy it. So look at this. Missing equipment battery. I require 2 to post S4. Buy it. And they're shuttle's gonna show up and they'll buy it. What? Apparently I got some modification on the ship I didn't confirm yet. So isn't that a slick thing? It's kind of like a hidden feature. Hidden feature? I don't know if it's really been mentioned. I seen a comment in the release notes, but I don't think it was really mentioned by anyone. Isn't that slick? I have to remember this is here. I hardly use a screen when I'm actually playing the game, because all the ships are usually designed. So you could set up a whole set of stuff here. You can set up the whole thing. You know, with a sewage pipe. I want waste treatment, so you can figure out where you want things. It would be nice to hide this window when you're doing it, though. Just give you more room. So you can figure out how you want to lay things out. And look, hey, they have stuff here. Enable auto buy will be if you jump someplace that they don't have it here. I guess that being auto buy all available, and then this would be auto buy. Having that enabled, and then confirm auto buy changes. So if you jump to a system when they have it, they'll buy it automatically. Man, they have everything here. So pretty cool stuff. Oh, there it goes. Did I just lose it here? Okay, I think it selected the auto buy. Yep, fast forward. Isn't that some slick stuff? What a time saver. So you can just design where you want equipment on your ship and just say, buy it, please. Instead of going to the trade screen, finding all the stuff you want, having the ship come bring it over, then you install it, and then, you know, in my case, forgetting half the stuff I bought to begin with and putting it someplace. So hopefully, if I remember to do this way, I will have fewer senior moments. Good gracious. Another thing people may not be aware of is this oval tool. This was in Alpha 17. You can do ovals now. Or whatever you want. It's pretty slick. Top of the box tool. Another thing, if you highlight and let go out the build area, it does not complete the command. You have to be in the build area. In the building. And freehand, I don't use freehand anymore. Always the box tool, because you can just click the single square anyway without dragging it. But anyway, oval tool. Yeah. Look at that. But yeah, Alpha 18, Alpha 19, huge changes. The game is almost done. There's some new stuff in Boldly Go. Like I said, the Stargate is finished now. You can complete it. I'm not going to get into that stuff. I'll do a gameplay once I finish my survival campaign. I'm almost there. Darn holidays. But hey, check out Alpha 19. Sorry, I keep saying Alpha. We are not in Alpha anymore. It's been years. A couple years. Beta. Update 19. Yes, I just update 19. But it's coming together, people. Getting close to Christmas. So keep an eye out if you've been thinking about the game and wanting to buy it. I'm not been paid by the devs. I'm just doing this of my own accord. I love the game, so if you've been on the fence about it, maybe wait to the Steam's winter sale. I'm assuming it would be on sale during that time. Usually you get some of the best deals of the year on Steam during that time. And maybe finally pick it up. But hey, hope you enjoyed the episode. Let me know if you've noticed some things that I didn't mention or mentioned incorrectly. But I'm definitely going to check out those logistics. I can't wait to mess with that some more. But this is me, Johnny Struggles here, signing off. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everyone, and bye.